Hello guys, it's Gina with Sidewalk Talk, and today I am with Gray. Yes, this is beautiful. And today we are bowling.
And I'm about to bowl a strike. Here we go.
No way. I have to use this one. My hand can't even fit on this.
It's the same size.
No, it's the hand. Look.
Oh, you mean the hole?
The hole.
Oh, I thought you meant like your hand.
Really, my fingertips are gone. But apparently the pro way is you don't use your thumb.
One pro way. Hurry up, team. That's hilarious. Oh! What? Oh!
Wow! Let's go! Whoa!
No!
No!
Wait. Oh!
That is not fair. So you guys go to Japan often. How often do you guys go to Japan?
Every week.
Wait,
Yeah, that'd be cool, huh?
Yeah, that would. You might as well just live there.
Live there, right?
Why are you doing a 15-hour flight?
Michael's been like 5 times.
This
Like
year?
5 or 6 times, no, just in my life.
Oh, okay.
The last 2 years I've been going on my birthday. I went last year on my birthday and then this year on my birthday. And this year we went like during Halloween, which was super fun.
So would you consider Japan one of your favorite countries to travel to?
Definitely one of our favorites. Yeah. It's Michael's
Why?
favorite.
What's your favorite thing about Japan?
I grew up like watching anime since I was like really young. Like I used to watch like Rurouni Kenshin and every night watching like Adult Swim back when I was like too young to figure out how to watch stuff with Japanese subtitles, and I don't know. Then just, yeah, it kind of like consumed my life since then.
Wow, so like how old were you when you started watching anime? Did you watch anime?
Not as much as he does. I'm more into like Love, Death, and Robots, and I like animated stuff, but I like more modern, like 3D looking animation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are your favorite animes right now?
Oh man, I'm still watching One Piece. I've been watching it for like 10 years and I'm caught up. I mean, obviously I love Naruto. I'm wearing a Naruto jacket. Like right now, Mushoku Tensei is amazing. Summertime Rendering, that's amazing. That's new. Obviously JJK is amazing right now.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah.
I have a huge crush on Gojo. I'm Gojo everything. Have you watched Jujutsu Kaisen?
not.
Oh, that's like one anime that, you know, if you want to just dabble and just maybe get into it. Attack on Titan's another really good
Attack on
one.
Titan. Did you watch the finale? I cried.
I did too. My mind was just like, wait, what's happening right now? And then I was like, oh my God.
I dressed up as Gojo for Halloween in Japan, and I had these like contacts. It was sick.
Perfect.
Yeah, I had the hair. I was like, let's.
Yes.
My girlfriend was like the girl version of Yuji, and then my friend was the guy version. So we were like,
And you did it in Japan?
yeah. We played a couple shows. It was so much fun. I was dressed up as like Naruto, like Biju mode, chakra mode, while DJing. It was so...
Strike. Oh!
Oh, so yeah, no, it's starting to catch.
Yeah.
All right.
We're warming up. Oh, that's why.
Curving is better because you need to adjust to the oil
How
conditions.
would you even curve it?
I'll show you.
Do you have to go like this? Do you have to like kind of like?
It's kind of like turning a doorknob.
You go like this. You just hold it with 2 hands, and then last second, because you can't hold it with one hand like that, but last second you let go, and then you literally like push it up and spin it.
Yeah, and then it spins.
I just have a feeling it's gonna like go that way. When did you first get into bowling? Is my question.
I was in a Coca-Cola bowling championship when I was like 12, and
That's the
then
most wholesome thing I've ever heard.
our mom bought us our bowling balls probably like 7 or 8 years
Wait,
ago.
so this is a family activity that like you guys used
like
to do?
my family knows that we like it, so like they kind of take us out bowling whenever. Yeah.
So my question is, did you guys get along when you were growing up?
Not when we were really young, no.
How come? Like, because you were into music, but you were like into skateboarding, right?
Yeah, my favorite hobby when I was a kid was like teasing Michael, like getting him angry.
That's the older brother in you.
Yeah.
What would you do prank-wise to him?
It's like not really like pranks, it's more like antagonizing.
Yeah.
I was just like really prone to getting angry easily. He could just do anything and it would automatically set me off.
Also, we had such a big family, so if we're in the back of the truck, like the back of the van, I could just whisper something that would make him get mad, you know?
Wow, you're so sneaky.
I would overreact to things and then get in trouble for overreacting, and then he just like, it's a win-win for him, and it's a lose-lose for me, and I'm like,
I guess.
Ah!
Yeah, we actually made up at EDC.
So you bonded over EDM?
There were some tools that helped. It wasn't just EDM.
Some substances. There was
Happiness, yeah,
Yeah,
happiness. Lots of happiness.
dopamine.
I was starting to get into like, oddly enough, shuffling. There was the thing that I was into that got me into EDM.
What?
I like wanted to learn how to shuffle.
Where you're an early shuffler.
Yeah, and I like love hardstyle because of it, and like my family's half Australian, so we went to Australia with like Melbourne shuffling, and then like I was into like hardstyle, but I never went to any raves. And then he wasn't really into EDM, but then he went to like Tao together as one like for the first time.
Armin van Buuren
Yeah.
was playing for 10 hours straight.
And then he like came back and he was like, wait, I actually fucking, dude, I understand it now. I like this shit. And I was like, man, I'm jealous. I want to go to a rave. And then like that inspired him to like try to want to make me like EDM. And then he started messing with making EDM. And I was like, wow, I want to make EDM. And I was like, yeah.
Wait,
Your
oh, it's
turn.
my turn. Whoops, you ready for this? This is gonna be a strike. No! Got one.
What? That was perfect.
Woo!
Nice, you manifested.
Manifested.
Yeah.
It works. That is just proof that manifesting works.
There it is. See, it's crazy. Then
Okay,
it hurts.
he's coming back. You know how like some people are like, I'm so sick of,
Oh.
you know what I mean?
It goes in phases because like we listen to the song every day for like a year before it comes out. So like
Already,
inch
even
of it.
at
the peak, like right when it's coming out and you should be the most excited, you're already like kind of over it because you've heard it so many times. Especially that song, it took like a year to come out. So we've already heard it so many times and heard so many different singers and all that.
By the way, that is my favorite song of all time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
do you say that to every artist?
no. I'm going to tell you right now. You go to all of my closest friends and you ask them which one is like my ultimate song that I'm just like rocking out to. It's
Oh,
that
yeah.
song.
Amazing.
Yeah.
If it does well, that's also amazing. It's like such a cool feeling when it's on the radio and all that stuff's happening. But
I love how you're doing your own vocals now.
thank you.
You're doing your own vocals. That's you on. Is
Yeah,
that
both-
you singing, or is that
Yeah, we both sing.
on the Virtual Riot song?
Yeah, that's me on that song. Yeah.
Dude, your voice. What? Why haven't you utilized your voice like before?
It looks like you're rapping.
Yeah. Like why?
Why haven't you utilized?
Why haven't you?
We probably put out 8 or 9, 10 other songs with our voices on it. People just haven't heard it.
I'm on a song called Nicotine. I'm on a song called Gray Area. It's just,
People just haven't heard them.
and also it's because for so long, because we weren't singing on our music, people don't see Gray as singers. Yeah. So.
You guys are so freaking talented.
Funny example is we did this song with our K-pop group. I'm singing on the second verse, and we're credited on the song. But then everybody on the reaction videos is like, "Wait, one of the singers of ACT sounds so good here." Like they think it's like some other Korean pop star, and they're like,
It's
they just
you.
will not. They just not once were like, "Wait, that's great." They're just like, "No, it's someone else." No!
Oh!
Okay. No!
I hate that was
It wasn't good. It was a failure.
It was good. The thing that kind of brought you together musically was when you joined Drumline at school, and then you did too. What'd you feel about him getting into music? Were you like, yes, this is?
Yeah, definitely. We both grew up like listening to music very intensely.
What did you
And
guys listen to?
prog metal stuff like Dream Theater and just a bunch of bands that people probably don't even know of anymore. Symphony X and
Pagan's Mind.
Pagan's Mind and System of a Down.
I love System of a Down.
Yeah.
Man, I used to be a little punk rocker back in the day.
Drumline was probably my favorite thing to do at school. I really loved learning, but not at school. I was a part of YouTube University.
Wow.
I really liked anything art related, but yeah.
Oh, is it my turn? Sorry. Let me just. Okay. This is gonna be a strike. I mean, like, what is the skill? Okay, what's the strategy here? Do you go for the 2 or the 1? You probably
Go for the 2, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Go for the 2, like over on the edge. Oh!
Christmas
Wait,
song.
Is this like that Jason Mraz
No,
song?
I was
No,
about
that's
to say,
Justin Bieber's.
I was about to say,
Oh,
I
wait.
of course.
It has the same comprehension as I'm Yours from Jason Mraz. For sure.
Yeah.
Same key. God.
Genius.
See, it's getting better.
Wow.
All right,
Here.
next game.
It's over for you.
It's over.
Yeah.
Jover.
It's over for us.
So Jover.
How do you come up with your catchy everything?
Catchy everything.
How do you come up with your catchy melodies and everything that you do is so catchy? You guys are like the masters of catchy sounding things.
There's this guy, Max Martin. He did all the Britney Spears stuff, all the NSYNC stuff. He's a Swedish songwriter.
Oh.
You grew up listening to Max Martin music, and he's just a king of catchy, you know? So part of it is just listen to enough music and then try to figure out what they're doing.
Don't overcomplicate things. Balance that line of like nostalgia mixed with like whatever new thing you're bringing to the table.
Let's sit down. We're gonna work on a song. What's the first thing you do?
Well, we try to find something to serve as the bass, whether that be I'll pull out the guitar and just like come up with some chords that feel like they work really well, that are inspiring, or we'll download samples that we find online. Even if we don't end up using that sample, as long as it inspires us to write something good, then we can focus on the production later, and we might not even end up using
We
it.
always start with chords and then writing the vocal.
Yeah.
Because like we don't like producing out a song unless we have a vocal.
Yeah, so the order goes chords into writing a vocal, and then production comes last.
Do you mix as you go? You know how some people are like, oh, you gotta mix in, balance it as you go, so you always know all the little details?
I feel like he like subconsciously does, but we have a mixing engineer that we've been working with for our whole career.
Just like trust that
To
guy.
me, especially if you have your own mixing engineer, the only purpose of mixing as you go is just to check if the production's good. You don't need to perfect the mix, just get it good enough where you're like, oh, this works. Because sometimes something can sound like it doesn't work, but it's just because it needs a fix.
Not like songwriting, because like your lyrics too, like the things that you write are just so, everything is so catchy.
After Starving in the Middle, we were just subjected to like a lot of sessions with like really talented songwriters. That's like probably one of the coolest things about having a song do that well is everybody suddenly wants to work with you, and you're put in the room with like the best of the best when it comes to like songwriting.
Yeah.
And I remember the first couple, I was just like, I don't belong here. Like we don't know what the fuck we're doing. Yeah. But after like doing it that many times, you start getting more confident and you start learning ways to do it in your own way, and you just get better and better at it. Same with like singing, like
Do you think you're like pretty confident now?
pretty confident. I still don't think I'm anywhere close to being a legitimate singer. Like I don't know.
Really?
And it does sometimes feel like when you're writing a song and you get something really good, you're just like, oh, I got lucky. Like I don't know.
There's this Danish group called Winston. It's spelled Winston. They're very underground, but they have like our favorite lyrics out of any artist ever.
Yeah.
And we got to work with them recently and see how they come up with lyrics.
He told me like you're with a girl on a date. Explain like the way her lip gloss was like reflecting the light, or like the smell of like the fruits or whatever, or something.
The most
like the really
details.
the really like small things that like all connect to the main experience or memory, and not just like what it was.
That's like a skill set you really have to like, that's like not something that just you could just born with.
And then you have to make it work syllable-wise and rhyming-wise.
But now the way he slid the ball into getting a strike.
Yes.
No!
My only goal is to beat Kyle.
Wow.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. What's the biggest challenge that you faced in the music industry, like trying to like first break in?
In like 2010, I was in college, and then I quit to do music full time, and I worked my ass off trying to make songs on SoundCloud and tried and set up a tour, and I finally got my first tour and got a manager, and then we went and did this long tour with Candyland and Midas, were two big artists back at the time. We went on this tour for like 2 months or something like that. I came back, the manager stole all of our money and left. Yeah.
That makes me so angry.
I had no money.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and then I come along, and the first thing that I touch with Kyle, Skrillex hears it and he loves it, and then Zedd, and then shows Zedd, and then we have meetings, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's so great, everything works out.
Holy.
Like, wow, music's easy.
We're kind of like trust everyone,
Yeah.
and then if someone breaks our trust, especially twice in a row, I'm never gonna speak to you again.
Yeah.
But then,
I think that's good.
if you do that for enough years, you end up with the coolest friends ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I lost, and I said if I lost it, I would have to buy everyone food, so that's what we're gonna do. See you there.
Have you ever had kalbichim like this?
Never.
What Korean foods have you tried?
A lot of Korean barbecue.
One of my favorite things is tteokbokki.
Tteokbokki?
Tteokbokki.
Have you tried that?
I'm extremely picky, so you're not gonna get me to try anything.
Are you a picky eater?
Super picky.
What is a piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, buy Bitcoin the moment it comes out in 2008.
Okay.
It's hard because, like, you know, people say, like, I would say, don't worry, it's all gonna work out, or like, don't stress.
Yes.
But I think, like, the reason why a lot of things worked out is because I was so worried and stressed. If I wasn't worried and I was like, oh, it's gonna be fun, then I probably wouldn't have done shit or like tried as hard to get to where I am.
Yeah.
That's a really good
like
point.
the stress, a bit of stress is good, you know?
Yeah.
Mine would be, you're not a musician, you're an artist. To view my ability to create in a broader sense than just music. Now I spend so much time working on photos and videos, and I don't know, just as I get older and older, I don't really have such a distinction between different kinds of mediums, and I'm just much more interested in just making cool stuff.
How would you describe Kyle now? What was your answer? That he's an introvert now.
Over the years, we've kind of flipped. Mike used to be more extroverted than me, and I think it's kind of flipped in a way.
I don't think I'm like more introverted now. I care less about like always going outside and being super social.
Going out is exhausting now. Once you hit 30, it's just like,
Kyle is just all about becoming the better version of himself, the newer model.
you like to learn a lot of things. Is that like the best translation of that?
He likes to listen to podcasts and just expand his mind.
I think it's just about like not being stuck in your ways, like really analyzing like what parts of me do I not like. For instance, like I read this book called Lying. At that moment I decided like I don't want to lie. Like it doesn't make sense to lie about anything. And when I grew up I was also not really in touch with my emotions, and I'm still working through stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten a lot better at being more in touch with emotional stuff, so it's just like trying to better yourself, you know?
So in your experience, what's the best method of finding yourself emotionally, you think?
There's this list on Wikipedia of common biases, all the ways that people delude themselves and like trick themselves into things. There's one called sunk cost. I put so much time into this thing, so I might as well keep going with it. But that's a bad thing to think, because sometimes, even though you've dumped a lot of time or money into something, it might not be worth it to keep doing that. So there's a whole list of them on Wikipedia, and I would start there. Read all the ways that people delude themselves, and then try to look at your own life and go, in what ways am I tricking myself into like making the same mistakes over and over again?
Oh, that's actually very good advice.
Yeah. Trying to be like vulnerable is good, but like you can't just say, oh, I'm gonna be vulnerable with myself, because then nothing happens. The only times I've like actually seen any growth is like actually openly being vulnerable with other people, because I find that hard to like talk about emotions with people.
That's so hard. Last question. Before we eat, what do you want to be remembered for?
If there was one thing that would sum up my mission, it's to convince people that the future can be a really beautiful and much better than things have ever been, because I think way too many people are pessimistic about the future, and they think like technology is bad and the future is going to be horrible because of that. So my whole purpose is to use the newest technologies to make the coolest art that brightens the world up and makes people positive about the future instead of negative.
Wow.
I just want to do something that's like culturally significant at some point in my life that like makes waves and changes the way people think about art. Like, it doesn't even have to be music, fashion, music, art, clothing, anything, but it would be cool to do all of them at the same time.
Michael, Kyle, thank you so much for doing this interview. Today was so much fun.
Thank you. Enjoyed us in bowling.
Yes, and now Michael's paying.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Thank you.